The majority of Jackson fans get it. A small majority don't. My client received the maximum term possible. This is a man that had no prior record. He had 20 years of exemplary service as a physician. He was given the maximum term. He served every possible day. They didn't let him out a minute early.
Now, that was hard to hear because there were a lot of hecklers at that very late news conference. Hecklers upset because Conrad Murray is now a free man after being released overnight in Los Angeles. You'll remember that a jury found Murray guilty in 2011 of causing Michael Jackson's death. He served nearly 2 years of a 4-year sentence for involuntary manslaughter. And now that he's out, Murray would like to get his medical license back. The woman that you just heard being heckled is Conrad Murray's attorney, who was talking to reporters with a lot of fans who were around, and Valerie Wass joins me live now. Valerie, thanks for being with me. How is it he got out so soon?
Well, he served every day that he was required to serve. He was entitled to 1 day of custody credit for each day that he actually served. So he couldn't have served any more than he did.
And I know that he's appealing this conviction, but in the interim, it's sort of fascinating to a lot of people that Dr. Murray would like to get his medical license back. And in that vein, I just want to read for you, I know you've probably heard it, but for the benefit of our viewers, what the Los Angeles County Superior Court judge actually said during the sentencing. Michael Pastor said, Dr. Murray created a set of circumstances and became involved in a cycle of horrible medicine, engaged in a recurring continuous pattern of deceit, of lies, and regrettably that pattern was to assist Dr. Murray. Jackson died not because of an isolated one-off occurrence or incident. He died because of a totality of circumstances which are directly attributable to Dr. Murray because of a series of decisions that Dr. Murray made. Does Dr. Murray actually think with words like that on record that he could ever get his license to practice medicine back?
Well, that was the comment of Judge Pastor. That was one individual. And I was at the sentencing hearing, and I believe that that statement was orchestrated for a live television audience. It was quite harsh, and I disagree with his perspective.
It's understandable you disagree, but it's record, and it would certainly come up in any hearing because it's a judge who originally would hear the application to get a medical license back, and Dr. Murray would have to be cross-examined, which means his words would be on the record, which means they could come into any appeal. Don't you find this a very tricky wicket to be in?
Gosh, that's a hard question. Because a medical board proceeding is an administrative hearing. It's not a court proceeding. And the sentencing, what happened at the sentencing isn't evidence. That was just the judge's commentary. The medical board proceeding looks at what occurred, and we believe that the evidence does not support what the prosecution contended and that he was not on a propofol drip. I strongly disagree with Judge Pastor's take on the situation.
I want to ask you just quickly, he appeared, your client appeared on Anderson Cooper in April and sang a song about a little boy. I think we have some video we can just show while I'm asking you this question. It struck everybody as very odd. We'll listen to a little bit of it.
This is important to me. He's a little boy that Santa Claus forgot, and goodness knows he did not want a lot. He wrote a note to Santa for some crayons.
I think when we listen to that, the question has to be, Valerie, does he have the mental fortitude to practice medicine? What's his mental state like at this time?
I believe he does have the mental fortitude to practice medicine. I talked to him about 3 a.m. this morning. He was elated to be out. I've talked to him, spent many, many hours talking to him during his incarceration. I believe he's perfectly capable of practicing medicine. Just because he sang that song doesn't mean that he's an incompetent doctor.
All right, Valerie Wass, we'd like to continue this as it progresses through the system, and we do invite you to come back at another time. Valerie, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.